Hello friends, welcome to another day of Vlogmas. I hope you're doing well wherever this finds you. I've been spending time responding to comments from previous Vlogmas videos and I'm just loving some of your responses. I just feel like so lucky to get to interact with you people around the world because you're so awesome and it makes me feel like kittens. Who knew kittens were so much work? All right, so it was a long day at work and I was thinking to myself, what could we talk about tonight? I'm feeling kind of basic and I felt like masking and I was wondering what I should do. Should I do the Ayuna Essence? Now remember, if you followed me on Instagram, I bought this at Nordstrom's when it was like over 50% off. So I think I got it for around $40. It retails for like $140, $50. I don't think I could ever bite the bullet and buy it full price, but I freaking love it. I might, I don't know. When I don't have it, I seriously miss it. Okay, so it's between the Ayuna Essence, and if you're paying attention to the background and you get distracted, it's because the kittens are back there, and they're freaking cute. Anyway, so then I also have the Leilani Melly Glow, and I'm feeling like doing that one because I love the smell and texture. It's so hydrating. However, I really love to do this one when I know I'm gonna take a shower right after to take off the mask, because sometimes I feel like the honey just gets everywhere. It's so viscous and just, I feel like I smell like it for hours if I don't shower after using it. The other thing is the Ayuna Essence is perfect, I feel like, for an overnight treatment because the way that I use it is I apply it and then I try to use basically no water or very little, if to no water, to remove it. Because if you leave it on long enough, it balls up really easily and comes off. And then I try to let that sit, you know, kind of the residue of the product sit on my face overnight. And it's just so divine. Another video where I'm smearing things not very gracefully on my face. All right, so part of my job sometimes is that I can end up driving all around, all over the island. And I have gotten into so many different podcasts lately. But I listened to an episode of The Beauty Brains, my favorite cosmetic chemist, Perry Romnofsky, today. And I'm going to link it below because I am telling you, it is worth listening to every single minute of the episode. It's just Perry. The other person that usually does the podcast with him, Valerie, she's not on this one. And I personally love it because Perry is just like, yeah, basically nothing works. Just moisturize and wear sunscreen. And it's so funny because if you listen to it, there are so many ways that he just really shaped my viewpoint. And I've mentioned that before, but it's not only that I just listened to him at the right time in my sort of like skincare philosophy development, but that everything that I observed always falls back in line with sort of this mentality that he has. Now, he's not a skincare product junkie, so of course, he kind of just naturally doesn't believe everything works. He's not a girl. He's in his 50s, so obviously he's going to have a different mentality than the other person that he usually does the blog with, or the podcast with, which is Valerie. But, and she likes products, she likes trying stuff, she has her own opinions on how things work. And so anyway, I'm going to link it below because it's just so fabulous. He's basically like, wear sunscreen, wash your face occasionally, and put on a moisturizer. And that's all you can really hope that does anything. The other thing that I kind of was really thinking about today that his podcast episode really brought up in my mind was kind of some of the reasons why I've left Instagram. And one of the things I always find refreshing about Harry Romanofsky is that he doesn't act like he knows everything. And he doesn't kind of insult anyone's intelligence if they don't agree with him. I mean, he believes in parabens and formaldehyde releasers, and he believes in all the safety of that, and he thinks clean beauty is somewhat wackadoo. But the manner in which he goes about talking about it feels so different than some of the ways I've seen it kind of talked about on Instagram. And since I've taken this extended break now, like 6+ weeks from Instagram, I can really say, like, I just don't feel the need to go back there, because it has not become a place for sharing things of nuance. Like, and I feel like it's such a vessel for misinformation and misinterpretation that I just feel like right now I really need to just stay away from it. Coupled with the fact that I read this book called, or listened to this book on Audible called Deep Fakes. And in this book, she talks about how social media is being utilized by foreign influence to create disruption in America and to influence ideas. And I myself feel like there's a lot of things that I've witnessed that I don't know. I feel like some of that is valid. And I just feel right now that I want to be expending my energy or spending my time either in a platform that I feel like allows me to share in a nuanced way, like YouTube, or developing a podcast, which is, by the way, really complicated. Anyone who does a podcast, I'm in awe, because it's just like a whole nother tremendous, you can have stuff to say, right? But getting yourself to having a podcast is it's just a whole nother level of tech complications. So anyway, that's kind of a long way of saying, I got just really frustrated and irritated by some of the things that I was seeing against clean beauty on Instagram, and it really frustrated me and made me mad, and I just realized I had to step away, because people whose viewpoints are just so easily influenced by stuff they see on Instagram, like, that's just not my people. You know what I mean? It's just not. And I don't believe that that is a vehicle for sharing valid, nuanced, intuitive information. And I really don't want to go back there. This video is kind of random and it's all over the place, but I really did start to feel like this swipe left, this weird sort of intimacy with people you barely know, this way that Instagram has or social media has of people sharing like the darkest or maybe truest aspects of what they truly think in a way that you wouldn't find in actual society. So I haven't been on Instagram for like I said, 6 weeks. I go on Instagram and within like a couple minutes, I'm just like overwhelmed by the amount of political posts, the amount of like hatred, the amount of like just, I don't know, like the worst parts of society. And these are people that I like, and I'm just like, I'm gonna have to just step away, because were we friends in real life? Like, there are some friends I've had for like 11 years, 12 years, 20 years, and we've never expressed politics. Like, we know each other's viewpoints, but we don't get into it because we respect the sort of give and take of like a real life relationship. And I don't know what it is about COVID, but COVID has made everything into this polarized political situation. And I just can't deal with that anymore on Instagram. Like, I just can't. Anyway, this video was long for basically me saying nothing and putting on a face mask. But anyway, before I go, and it hasn't even been on long enough. Like, I will actually leave this on for about 30 minutes. But when I go to take it off, it'll just all pill up because it's dried out. And there'll basically almost be nothing left. And then I'll just take fingertips of water, rinse off the excess. And then I'll just leave that on my skin, the residue on my skin overnight. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just the bomb. It's one of my favorite skincare products that I've ever tried in clean beauty. So anyway, long video, nothing really accomplished. I will see you soon with something more fun and Christmassy.